If you're looking to shoot a great vlog, the Canon G7X Mark II is the camera for you. Affiliate link below.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the MundaneChats channel, and this story has blown up now for a couple of days, but I wanted to chime in on it anyway because this is one that I wanted to wait and see what happened after everything blew up with it in order to make a video. Now, granted, I did a live stream titled "Time to Let Loose the Frogs of War" in response to this shit, but that was more of a reaction, and then this is me taking a couple days and trying to figure it all out from a more calm and collected mindset. Now, for those of you who aren't aware of the whole CNN blackmail tag, you've probably been living under a rock. This shit has blown up on social media with very, very good reason. CNN has absolutely fucked itself. And it fucked itself by getting itself triggered over this GIF right here. I mean, you can't even really call this a GIF. This is a little movie, but this is a clip from Trump on the WWE beating the shit out of CNN. That's it. It's a shit post. It's a shit posting GIF, meme, whatever you want to call it, and that's it. And I even said on Twitter after this thing was done that that our president is a shit poster, but I would much rather see him focusing on what needs to be done versus you know, trying to rein in the media, because he really shouldn't give too much of a shit about that in the fucking first place. Yeah, they're going to attack him, but he's the goddamn president of the United States. Live up to the fucking name. But CNN took this moment in time. They took this moment in time to very much capitalize on this attack, right? There are people out there screaming, invoke the 25th Amendment, which would basically mean that Trump is unfit to hold the office of the president, for him to be removed from office. And that was gaining lots of traction. I think it was actually trending at some point. But the next day, right, or no, it was 2 days later, word came out about who is the person who made that little video. Because Trump didn't make it, Trump's team didn't make it, somebody actually found it, and then they just re-uploaded it to Trump's Twitter. And this is where things got fucking crazy. So you jump over here to Heat Street, and this whole thing is covered here, saying, social media miracle, political opponents defend the right to meme as CNN blackmails Reddit user. Yeah, I'm not making that up. CNN legitimately attempted to blackmail a Reddit user over making this GIF. Now, one of the biggest problems that comes out of being an online personality is things you do and things you say will be taken out of context, will be used against you at every possible opportunity, whether you want them to or not. A few years ago, I made a crack on a video about ad block on YouTube saying, turn off that pesky ad block. And it's been memed. And it's been used against me time and time again, to the point now where I just laugh at it and I embrace it, because I said it was stupid, it was used against me, and it's all fun and games. But CNN, like I said, they got vindictive over this. They were vindictive to the point of where they started looking into who this Redditor was. And it says here, CNN was determined to get to the bottom of a GIF depicting President Donald Trump body slamming a wrestler with the CNN logo superimposed over his face, which the president himself tweeted out over the weekend, and now the internet is claiming the mainstream media network blackmailed a meme maker. And it all boils down to this because late Tuesday night, CNN's K-File, Andrew Kaczynski is his name, breathlessly revealed that the dastardly meme maker was a Redditor who goes by the moniker HanAssholeSolo, a professional internet shitposter whose social media history features a swath of offensive memes. Like I said, when you're on the internet and you have anonymity, you'll pretty much do and say whatever in order to invoke a reaction of some kind. It's never indicative of who you truly are, and I'm sure in some cases that's true. But like I said, things will be taken out of context and used against you. Your search history, your post history can easily become weaponized and used as an angle to get your ass in trouble. Now, here's what they said. CNN is not publishing HanAssholeSolo's name because he is a private citizen who has issued an extensive statement of apology, showed his remorse by saying that he's taken down all of his offending posts, and because he said he is not going to repeat this ugly behavior on social media again. In addition, he said his statement could serve as an example to others not to do the same. And here's where it gets really fucked up. CNN reserves the right to publish his identity should any of that change. And that right there, that one sentence right there, is why people are losing their shit. Why the hashtag CNN blackmail was trending for like over 24 hours. People are fucking furious at this. And it has everything to do with online anonymity and your information being weaponized to use against you. Doxing. As a person who has been doxed through a blackmail attempt, this is something that speaks very, very, very close to my heart. I'm against it 100%. You can be the worst malignant tumor cocksucking motherfucker on the internet, and I don't care about who your identity is. That's your private information. You might be an internet shitposter. You'll be known as an internet shitposter, but unless you're calling for the outright violence of somebody or the outright destruction of something, or you're calling for in real world harm to happen, then your anonymity is your fucking anonymity. And it bothered me to no end to see this, because CNN is meant to be a journalistic, entity. It's meant to have standards and ethics and all this kind of shit, but it clearly didn't. Now, the article goes on to say, immediately the internet took issue with the last line, claiming it was evidence that CNN had blackmailed HanAssholeSolo into complying with their demand that he leave the internet forever. If CNN and its reporters found him elsewhere, they dropped their end of the bargain, thus exposing HanAssholeSolo to the wrath of internet threat makers. So just other trolls, and also anyone who might know him in real life. So shitposting on the internet, which may or may not be considered a legitimate thing, your opinion may not be 100%, echoed through your memes. You make memes sometimes to be a dick, hence why it's just internet shitposting. And then you have to sit there and explain to your family and friends that you were just being a dick and someone else who's being an even larger dick wanted to hurt you. The ends justify the memes in this particular situation. You know what I mean? Like, CNN went after this guy by any means necessary. It was just, yes, I'm punning the fuck out of that word, but the point I'm trying to get here is that this is not the right course of action, and the internet was not about to let them forget it. And that's one of the reasons why I love the internet culture, right? You might hate somebody for ideological reasons, but if you, if you fuck with one shitlord, you fuck with all shitlords, and then it's us against you, and then it becomes an enemy my enemy situation, and we can find common ground to battle a foe. In this case, it happens to be CNN. CNN, whose ratings have dropped significantly recently, is finding themselves in a world of shit, even after just last week having to accept the resignation of 3 of their staffers for posting a story that could not be verified as real. Right, and this is also coming on the heels of the Project Veritas action videos, which showcase a producer saying that the Russia story is done for clicks. Now, when it comes to Project Veritas action, I want to see the full context, the full unedited clip before I trust anything James O'Keefe says, but we'll take that thing at fucking face value and with a huge grain of salt. Now, the article goes on to say, there, of course, is no right to anonymity, to anonymously shitpost on the internet, free of ever being doxxed or having your identity revealed. But it's a different matter altogether if a mainstream media outlet is holding your identity hostage to your compliance. CNN issued a statement Wednesday morning in an attempt to clarify their position, claiming the line was merely misunderstood and that no one was being blackmailed, which is a load of horseshit. Saying here, CNN has decided not to publish the name of the Reddit user out of concern for his safety. Any assertion that the network blackmailed or coerced him is false. The user, who is an adult male, not a 15-year-old boy, apologized and deleted his account before ever speaking to our reporter. CNN never made any deal of any kind with the user. In fact, CNN included its decision to withhold the user's identity in an effort to be completely transparent that there was no deal. How is that even remotely transparent? By saying CNN reserves to right to publish this dude's name if he fucks up. That is not being transparent. That is extortion. That is blackmail. That is being a gigantic dick. It's being a huge dick. And that's the funny thing here. But the guy who is involved in this, by the way, the guy who posts K-File, right, at K-File on Twitter, he posted this roughly 4 years ago. Justine Sacco got on a plane to Africa. You won't believe what happened next. Now, this guy right here, this smug-looking douche-waffle, is, at this point in time, basically being heralded as the entire originator of the Justine Sacco situation. Now, if you don't remember the situation, I'm not going to go into the article, but you can see right here it came from fucking BuzzFeed, of all places, right? where Justine Sacco was a woman traveling from London to Africa. She had about 100 Twitter followers, no real presence whatsoever online, made a crack about going to Africa, hope she doesn't get AIDS, and then she says, LOL, just joking, I'm white. It was a stupid off-the-cuff joke that was dumb in retrospect, but over the 11-hour flight that caught the internet by storm, people were tracking her. There was like, where is Justine, a trending hashtag, and people have found out her name, her job, where she lived, her employer, everything. And by the time she landed, she had already been demonized completely on the internet and lost her job. There's even someone waiting for her at the gate in South Africa when she arrived to take her picture as soon as she exited the plane as a way of documenting the situation that had befallen her, right? So a stupid off-the-cuff joke is one of those situations that destroyed her entire life. And that's effectively what Andrew Kaczynski was trying to do here with this. This is what he was trying to do. He was trying to sit there and tell this guy, you know, oh, if you fuck up again, we'll release your information. We've done it before. We've done it to Justine Sacco. I did it to Justine Sacco, but her name was attached to her profile. But we know who you are. And that is the problem I have with this. The fact that this behavior from journalists is allowed to go on completely unimpeded. It's horseshit. Okay. And the fact in BuzzFeed is clearly where this guy got his journalistic ethics from. So i.e. none at all. But the article here does continue. That is, of course, not exactly what the piece said, at least according to one Twitter producer, Donnie O'Sullivan, which explains on his timeline that the intent was to punish keyboard warriors and threaten them into submission. Again, the same exact, opposite of what happened to Justine Sacco. Wasn't she was given the opportunity to be shamed and then learn from her mistakes. It was a systematic attempt to destroy her life is what happened in those 11 hours, and it effectively worked. But Donnie O'Sullivan here says, this is great reporting by K-File. Horrible racist keyboard warriors change the tune once identified. No, shit posters on the internet are shit posters on the internet. They're trolling you for effect, and if it works, they're going to keep going, and the more attention you keep giving them, the more they're going to keep trying to push it. But this is the problem that comes from this shit, is the fact that you guys are trying to seek them out to shut them down, instead of, ignoring them and letting them go back to their fucking corner, which then actually kind of makes you the bad guy. Because, yeah, they might be dicks, but you're like legitimately threatening to destroy their in real life existence because they might have said some dicky things online. And that you figure at this point we'd be beyond that, but we're not. Some people, again, I just want to reiterate this point. If you are not saying anything that is calling for violence or threats of violence or death threats or rape threats or calling for things to be attacked or blown up or burned or whatever, and it's just general shit posting, then your online anonymity should remain intact. But people look at anything that was violence. Fuck, Riley Dennis says that it's an act of violence to misgender a trans person. This is the world that the left has fucking fostered. And I hate the fact that I'm more politically aligned with them than not because of this shit. Now, Donnie does go on to say, I tracked down a guy who was trolling me recently. Once he realized I had identified him, he apologized and asked me not to tie all the anti-Semitic, racist, and sexist posts he had shared back to him. Right? And look, it's not, I agree with this point here. Like, HanAssholeSolo is no saint. But it certainly appears that CNN wasn't merely exposing the dirty underbelly of internet meme creation in the service of the public good. That statement right there, I think, summarizes all of this. Yes, he's a troll. Yes, he's an online asshole. But they were not trying to stop him for the greater good. They were trying to stop him in order to control him. Right? And I wouldn't be surprised if down the road, if they contacted him and made the statement like, you work for us now, make anti-Trump memes. I wouldn't be surprised if that somehow came down the pipeline. Someone gets a hold of this dude's information and wants to use it effectively in order to troll the president. Would this guy then be willing to go and do that because he is afraid for that coming out? That would be blackmail and extortion. Very similar to what we're seeing here. It's a super slippery slope, and CNN decided to slide the fuck down it, and the internet, like I said, rightfully called them the fuck out. Now, regardless of CNN's motive, the internet was incensed when users, including even left-leaning site Vox.com, took to Twitter to attack CNN for interfering with the right to meme. German Lopez here saying, I can't emphasize how bad this is on CNN's part. This is basically, don't post stuff we don't like or we'll dox you. Extremely unethical. This is coming from Vox. Vox Media owns Polygon. You want to talk about unethical fucking left-leaning SJW nonsense? They're the motherfucking keys of that shit. Especially in the gaming industry, at least. And they're calling out CNN as being unethical. That to me is just, it's this thing. Look, all this boiled down to this image right here. That's it. Just a little video that they pulled off of some forum somewhere, thought it was funny, re-uploaded it to Twitter, and then the internet tried to, CNN tried to destroy this guy's life, while the internet tried to protect it. Whether or not you agree with HanAssholeSolo's motivations or anything else, we all have to protect someone like this. And then I look at his final post over here, right? He posted this one day ago on March Against Trump. And it's this whole thing. I'm not going to read it, but it's very much, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And you know, he says here, I do not advocate violence against the president. The press in the meme I posted was in no way advocating that in any way, shape, or form. Because it's a meme. It's a joke. He has the right to meme. This guy apparently is a 40-year-old man who lives in Mexico, not a 15-year-old, which was very much the rumor at a time. I think that originated on 4chan. Again, anything that comes out of 4chan, take with a goddamn grain of salt. But before I wrap this thing up, I do want to kind of touch on this article that I found on the Honey Badgers, honeybadgerbrigade.com. And I'm going to link to it in the video description, asking, did Andrew Kaczynski violate federal stalking law by demonizing a Redditor and then threatening to expose his identity? Right. And what Hannah Wallen here brings up is section 2261A of the Title 18 United States Code stalking against the article in which CNN threatened to expose the identity of a Redditor, credited with the certain creation of a WWE meme to which the organization took exception. It's so funny, too, that they took exception with that. And by doing that, they kicked off the Streisand effect by opening the door to many, many, many more memes that are way more craftier and way more hilarious. But this particular part of that law says whoever travels in interstate or in foreign commerce or is present within the special maritime and territorial jurisdiction of the United States or enters or leaves Indian country with the intent to kill, injure, harass, intimidate, or place under surveillance with intent to kill, injure, harass, or intimidate another person, and in the course of or as a result of such travel or presence engages in conduct that A, places a person in reasonable fear of the death of or serious bodily injury to, 1, that person, 2, an immediate family member of that person, or 3, a spouse or intimate partner of that person, or B, causes, attempts to cause, or would be reasonably expected to cause substantial emotional distress to a person described in clause 1, 2, 3 of subparagraph A, or 2, with the intent to kill, injure, harass, intimidate, or place under surveillance with intent to kill, injure, harass, or intimidate another person, uses the mail, any interactive computer service or electronic communication service or electronic communication system of interstate commerce or any other facility of interstate or foreign commerce to engage in a course of conduct that places a person in reasonable fear or serious bodily injury as a person described above in clause 1, 2, or 3 or paragraph 1A, or causes or attempts to cause or would be reasonably expected to cause substantial emotional distress to a person described in those 3 clauses shall be punished as provided in section 221 or 2261B of this title. And it gives you an idea of what Andrew Kaczynski did to this particular person. Now, this person lives in another country, but this does work with foreign interstate travel, basically electronic travel. He did basically threatened to release this person's information if this person does anything that they disagree with, right? Because keep in mind, that line right there says that CNN has the right to post this information if we want. If we feel that HanAssholeSolo did something that we don't agree with, we can release this, effectively holding it over his head, which might violate federal stalking law. And again, this is a BuzzFeed journalist that now writes for CNN, which shows you just how far CNN has fallen in terms of the content that they put out there. And I really do hope that when we get to the end of this thing, CNN apologizes, because this is a harmless fucking meme. This is a stupid meme, one that doesn't even require the attention it was given, but it did expose CNN as the butthurt ultra-liberals that they truly fucking are, and I, as a person who does identify as a classical liberal, wants to see them just get knocked the shit out, because this is the kind of crap that does nothing but demonize people and hurt them and make any kind of unfavorable online interaction as a potential life-ruining experience. So please, CNN, go fuck yourself. Andrew Kaczynski, go fuck yourself. You guys are a bunch of dicks, and you haven't even apologized. You stood by your writer simply because Jeff Zucker, the owner of CNN, was like, we're not going to let Trump intimidate us. No, of course not, Jeff, of course not. But you are going to let your writers intimidate and harass a person who made a meme that the president then effectively tweeted out to his followers. Yeah, who's the bigger bitch here? And it ain't fucking Trump, it's you. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, my name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. Sorry this video is too fucking long, but there's a lot to go through here. Anyway, if you guys like the video, toss it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and hit on that subscribe. I do post new content pretty much every single day. This is my job. I love what I do. If you guys want to support the channel, links below in the video description, or the Amazon affiliate link that popped up at the beginning. Thanks guys very much. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.